Hello, Sashoons! My name is Alex, and welcome back to Batman Arkham City. In the last video, Harley Quinn managed to steal the cure that Mr. Freeze made for us right under our noses, and we have to go and get it. Now, in order to do that, we need to go back to Joker's turf, get the cure from Harley, but we are just a little bit of an update for some of the other stuff. We are currently 200. Well, we're over 200. We're over halfway done, so we can go after all of Riddler's Riddler's hostages. But slight problem. Joker was a little bit busy, and he managed to contact Vicki Vale and get her into Arkham City. You're gonna see this in a second here. There it is. Yeah. Now, Joker will say that this was to give him a little extra time as an insurance policy, but I don't buy it for a minute. It's Joker. He'll do just about anything and say anything to cover up his real motive, but anyway, so now superhero's got a superhero, and we gotta go and save Vicki Vale. Though after this, we're not going to be continuing with the main story for a little while, because there's a few things I want to take care of first. So basically with Vicki Vale, there are 4 snipers. Go to the one that I'm going to right now, because I've had this happen to me several times where these assholes will snipe you from the other side. I don't know why or how, but that will happen, okay? So, anyway, yeah, it is a bit of a pain in the ass, but,
Don't speak too soon.
Okay, so, with this roof, you just need to take care of them one by one. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. When you get that down, and, yeah, I was having a little, trouble with the fonts there, but, and, of course, just, save the, Final Smash for later. Final Smash? What is it, Smash Brothers? Yeah. And I know I should have gotten this thing off camera, but I just wanted to get it because Vicky's not really gonna go anywhere. Plus, she kind of says a lot, so like when you rescue her, she has a lot to say to the viewers of Gotham, but Okay. Oh, also, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but this suit is the Earth 1 suit, or skin, as the game calls it. And we're now introduced to a bit of a side quest, but we'll get to that in a minute because it doesn't immediately activate. So,
what do you want?
It's whatever. Now, so let's see what I talk about.
That you caused.
One particular video project that I've been meaning to do for a little while now. So I made a poll like a month or two ago about a video for Yu-Gi-Oh! Rewrite designs. I'm rewriting the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, and I'm giving the characters brand new designs, but I kinda had cold feet with one of the designs, so I kinda had to redo that, which only added more to the workload. But I just gotta do one more character, edit the script a little bit, and then I'll do a voiceover. But now we have that side quest that I mentioned earlier. So apparently, Fox, like, Fox, as in Lucius Fox, the guy that designs all of Batman's tech and stuff. Well, apparently he's developed a cure for what's plaguing us. And thinking that, you know, it might be worth investigating at least, we decided to head over there. But there's a bit of a problem. It is surrounded by armed thugs. Oh, by the way, I had no idea that you could do that. I literally had no idea that you could do that. But before we do that cure side quest, though, we got an identity thief victim to deal with. And thankfully, I actually managed to get this guy. Well, I get the identity thief case solved a lot earlier, because normally it'd be until it'd normally be until, like, I don't know, freaking endgame or something before they even happen. So you know, now this is where it gets. Now this is another area where I think that the comm system could have been handled a little bit better, because while I get you don't want the player to miss any detail, I still want to get a move on, and enemies aren't really going to take a break because I'm on a phone call, you know?
Who do the prince belong to?
Like I can't do anything except walk around very slowly until the call is ended. And it happens again immediately. So, like, why couldn't this thing have dragged out just a little bit longer? And then you get the prompt saying that you've solved this particular crime scene and are able to get a move on. Like, seriously, like, I don't really get it. But oh well, like, it is what it is, I guess. So I can't really complain all that much. But anyway, so basically what's going on there is that apparently all evidence is pointing to Bruce Wayne being the identity thief. Now, we know that's a fucking lie, but it could potentially happen. I mean, he's not exactly the most stable guy in the world, but, you know. Anyway, so right here we also have access. Well, actually, I show off a new gadget that we got from Freeze. This is the Freeze Blast. This particular item is one of the best tools in the entire game, because it can freeze certain enemies, aka Riddler goons, and you can take care of the rest no problem, so that way you can leave them for last. Oh yeah, also there's some Riddler stuff with it, and I also decided to take care of this political prisoner before I actually decided to, you know, actually get a move on with the actual side quest. I honestly should have edited some of this out, but whatever. Oh yeah, also the camera right there, which at least gave me all of them, so that's another Riddler thing done. But okay, so now that we have this quote-unquote cure, let's see what happens. And if you don't know what happens, then I'm sorry. Yeah, doesn't really work, unless that's how it's supposed. That was the idea. But anyway, so this was all a hoax. Okay, so that way we can have the Mad Hatter, a character that we only saw once, which is during the Vicki Vale cutscene. And he kind of feels like a last-minute addition, I'm not gonna lie. Plus, this particular segment gave me a bunch of trouble, which I know I'm not the best at the Arkham series, but, I mean, come on. I was hitting the buttons, damn it. But, anyway, so why is Hatter even here, aside from being a super criminal? Honestly, I don't really know what his particular motive is for Batman here. Like, I get that he wants to, that he wants Batman for something, but I don't really know what. Now, the thing with Hatter, though, you may be noticing Alice in Wonderland vibes going on, especially with, you know, his villain alias, the white rabbit hats and all that jazz, plus all the rhyming. That's because he legitimately thinks he is a reincarnation of the Mad Hatter from Alice's adventure in Wonderland. Now, bit of a fun fact about that mask, it actually changes colors depending on what suit you have. Like, if you have the a 70s suit, he will, like, the mask will be blue, which is kind of cool. Okay, so conceptually, this is a Scarecrow segment from Arkham Asylum, but without the stealth segment, it's just a bunch of goons that you need to survive against. And I took a beating in this stage like a motherfucker. Like, seriously, god damn. But, you know, part of me thinks that's because I was just button mashing my whole way through. Like, I know I'm not the best at this game again, but seriously, what the hell? I was pressing counter. Why would I just let the fucking thing hit me unless I was mashing the square button? So, what you need to do is that you need to survive hordes of enemies long enough for Hatter to come out and hit him once. I believe do that 4 times, and this segment is yours. But I don't really know for certain how many times. You'll figure it out if you've actually paid attention. So we already got 1, but anyway, yeah, like this is all you're doing throughout this particular segment, just beating the shit out of enemies. Great for combat challenges, I will admit, but you know, like I'm not skilled enough, so you know. But one interesting thing though is that he has just about every single faction under his belt, like the regular orange suit prisoners, the Two-Face goons, and the Penguin goons. It's actually pretty neat. Goes to show how far Hatter's reach can be. But you know. Anyway, so I've also been thinking about what I want to do for my 500 subscriber milestone, and I think I have an idea, but well, like I know that I have an idea, but I kind of want it to be like an homage to what really kickstarted the channel in the first place. But you know, I may explain that more in like a community post, or when we actually reach the a 500 subscriber milestone and actually stay on there for a little while. But you know. Oh, right. A riddle here. It's the Alice in Wonderland book. So, it's pretty neat. Now, once you leave, you can actually go back into the room and have a talk with Jervis. Jervis Tetch. That is the Hatter's real name. So, well, I honestly thought there was a riddle there. Well, actually there was. It was just obscured, but anyway, like you can go back in, and immediately you see that Hatter is up and at him. And you can actually talk to him if there is.
Don't ever try to
Yeah.
get in my head.
Yeah. It's basically Batman giving him a fair warning to not try that again. But Hatter is making insane pleas,
Then you lose.
but Batman's telling him
I'm
to
not
suck
your
it up,
slave.
Buttercup.
Not now.
You know, like
Not ever.
that's like the most Batman thing you can do. Tell him, just fucking tell him that just go like essentially Willy Wonka on them. I don't know. All right, so now that that's done, I've actually found this identity thief villain,
Let's hope it's this time.
or not villain, sorry, a victim, while I was on the look for some Riddler stuff that I could take care of.
Pre-mortem with surgical precision.
So this is another tracking segment. Essentially, we need to track this one thing, but I wanted to let Batman finish his thoughts.
Someone has taken a lot of care to cover.
Oh, sorry about that.
They used bleach to
Sorry, that
destroy
was-
the forensic evidence of the crime scene.
Oh,
Sometimes the
man, I was in there for a bit.
all you need. I'll filter for particles of the bleach.
Anyway, so now that okay, so basically we're trying to track down bleach. Now, I'm pretty sure that some people can figure out where this is, like hardly any problem, but you know, like I thought that I would do it anyway, just to, well, you know. Oh, that's a political prisoner that I rescued earlier, but you know. And you don't really need to fight them. I just decided to do it because they probably wouldn't leave me alone, and I didn't really see, and I didn't see another way out without losing the trail. So yeah, I kind of had to do it. Still though, it is always satisfying to see Batman. It always is satisfying to see Batman take down the thugs. So, you know. And he's right over here. He's neat. Now, I think the voice is supposed to be not be a white guy, and yet they did a white guy model.
Who told you?
I don't really know why that is, but
There's an alley near the courtroom.
That's
where he is. He's crazy, man. You don't want to go
yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so now if you remember from early on, in the game, I mentioned that there was this little alcove next to the courthouse. Well, now we can finally go there. The freeze proximity mine upgrade looks so funny because it looks like he's either holding a thumbs up or just sucking his thumb. Don't know why that's funny. Anyway, so yeah, if you remember way early on in the game, I mentioned about this little alcove. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you can actually use it right now. Phone. Sorry. Okay. Well, but actually, I kind of like the idea of the identity thief, to be honest, but I'd rather not say, you know, like who it is, whatever. And honestly, right there, I thought that was a riddle, but you know, the cage graphic just glitched in.
This is the journal of Thomas.
Okay, so
My work is complete.
interesting thing here though, this is voiced by Kevin Conroy, who also voiced Batman and Bruce Wayne. So
I have suffered as I look in the mirror.
yeah, fans of the Arkhamverse know who this is, and
How Michelangelo felt when
Batman fans should also kind of know who this is. But for those who don't know, well,
masterpiece to
you're gonna realize it in a minute.
my new face.
Sorry.
Surrender.
throat.
I couldn't have put
This
better
is
myself.
the character Hush.
Take it you're here to
Now,
stop
Hush
me. What do you
is
think?
a bit of a
I
lesser
think
known
you're too
character.
late.
He has his time
You're
in
a
the
killer,
spotlight,
a
like here, for
psychopath.
example,
I will
but
stop you,
not much is really
but
done with him,
you look
essentially.
just like Bruce Wayne.
So, this was his
It
whole
took
plan
time,
the
of
entire
course,
time.
to find the
He was
perfect
killing
Joker
people so
to
that
graft
way
on
he
the flesh,
could
finally,
get the
to lose
necessary
myself in
parts
order
that
to
he
create.
needs in order to make him look like Bruce Wayne. Now, how can he do this?
Unfortunate,
Well,
but necessary.
he's a surgeon.
Complete my plan.
In fact,
Why did
Hush
you
and
believe
Batman,
good old-fashioned
before,
To be honest, I don't
they became criminal and
Wayne
vigilante,
was suffering,
they
and
they were once childhood friends, but a certain
I
thing
can see
just
you had
drove them
your hands
apart.
full with
But
Arkham City,
you know,
but it's
now
time for
Hush,
you to leave now.
sorry,
Pray we do not
Hush is not really gonna do
Next
anything
time,
in this game, but
I
he
will not
will
be
in
so
Arkham Knight. And I'm telling you this right now as a bit of a spoiler. It fucking sucks as a payoff, okay? It just sucks. There's no two ways about it. But before I decided to leave the room, I figured to have a little bit of a to have a little bit of a look-see throughout the room, and yeah, you can see just how freaking just how obsessed and demented he is over wanting to just like
close the file on the identity.
he
part.
this was his childhood friend.
No. Prepare a
Like,
new
I get
file
those
on
days are
Dr.
gone,
Thomas
but
Elliot. I'm
Jesus
uploading all the
Christ, the
details
fall
from
from
surgery.
grace.
Elliot, the famous surgeon?
You know, he I think this room gives us a good idea
So
into
he
his
was the
head,
identity
you know?
thief?
But
Hang on.
but
It says he used the faces he
but
collected
like
to make a new
I
one
actually
of
like
Bruce
Hush as a
Wayne.
concept,
Bruce
but I
Wayne.
think how the games handled him was very poor.
No offense.
But,
Are you going after him?
you know,
He's gone. He's left Arkham
now that
City.
that side
I'll
mission's
hunt him
over,
down
we
tomorrow.
can move on to another one, which is Deadshot. This is the final Deadshot victim, and after this, we'll be heading out to Deadshot himself.
If Deadshot is killed again, the
But
victim will be in this vicinity.
yeah, just like okay, freaking cars, Jesus. Anyway, so Deadshot's final victim is in is like over to the right. He is behind this car, and you need to get rid of these thugs in order to properly scan the area. Now, I do think that more will come, but that is yet to be determined. So, and that fucked up the combo. You know, kind of a standard for me, but still, it's not that bad. Anyway, well, actually, since we're doing stuff related to Deadshot,
How did Deadshot
can I
do
just
it?
say I don't really like what they did with Deadshot in Suicide Squad Kill the
Good.
Justice League.
He's killed again. We need
Like,
to stop him.
You say that this was an imposter Deadshot? Like, what? No. That is bullshit at its finest. Okay? It is bullshit. But, well, like, Deadshot here
Deadshot's
is,
clearing up Strange's
well,
mess.
it's not
I'll
exactly
track
the
this shot and see if he
best.
left
Like,
anything I can use to find it. Good work.
like, he was, like, you actually get to see him, like, damn near the beginning of the game, where you're playing as Bruce Wayne. He's that guy who says that Bruce is on his list. And, early on, I didn't know that was Deadshot. Yeah.
That's how
on more subsequent playthroughs, I actually put the pieces together, but I was very slow. So we're just gonna follow the trail, which leads to that little rooftop right here.
To make the shot,
And we will be scanning that. We'll be scanning this little area in a second, or actually right now. I apologize.
we've got him, Oracle.
And now we're on a
Isolated number
forced
of very distinctive
comm link.
plastic-based particles and identified
Anyway,
items that
so
use this material in their construction.
now we have 3 ideas for where Deadshot can be, and
Exactly.
as far as I know, it's always the same location no matter what.
Definitely contain the
So
metallic particles from the second crime scene.
yeah, like don't expect any dynamic gameplay loop changes or anything like that, because it's always the same substation. It's up in the top.
Each of the locations that matches for an
Well, right there. Right there. That location is where you will find the is where you're gonna find Deadshot holding his shit. And right there is Zaz. Zaz I will take care of in the next video, but I also decided to take care of this. It's the final thing, I may as well do it. So this is the final symbol of the game that we need to scan, and now that we have all of them, they will form a map, and all we gotta do is to figure out how to piece it together over the landmarks, and it will all pinpoint at the church. As soon as I actually get to, there we go. Right there. Now, it is a bit of a pain in the ass in order to do it, but you know, it isn't very far. Like, the church is like, what, like a hop, skip, and a jump away? Oh, yeah, and also balloons. I need to get the balloons. But I apparently didn't get them, so, you know. But thankfully, it's just right over here. So scan this, and the dude finally comes out to meet you, and it's here that we learn his name, Azrael. Well, actually, I like that line. It wasn't hard. He gave me a map. It's such a fucking good line. So yeah, Azrael is a part of another secret society. Like, Batman doesn't have enough of them to deal with already, but basically he's coming with a warning, which will somewhat be followed up in Arkham Knight, but we'll talk about that later. Well, when I get to Arkham Knight, we will talk about it. So, you know. Anyway, now that that's taken care of, after this, I'll be back on track to dealing with Deadshot. So yeah, there you go. This particular substation, this substation will always be where Deadshot is keeping his stuff. It's not any. It's not randomized. Oh, and if you look right there, that scope kind of looks like a lightsaber. And you know who is in... And Mark Hamill, the voice of Joker, was in Star Wars. He played Luke. But, you know, everybody knows that. Anyway, so this is where Batman figures out what Deadshot is up to and learns of what's going on now. Anyway, sorry about that. So So after Batman, well, here, like
Ryder's his next hit. He's marked his current location.
He'll give us a time, and Batman will give us a time that we need to save Jack Ryder, and then we can actually go and fight him. Now, the time that it takes is very random. Like sometimes it's 3 minutes, sometimes it's 4 minutes, and in a playthrough before this, it was 5 minutes. So yeah, it is pretty random when what time you'll get, but you know, I mean, it is what it is. Oh, I also finished up that Riddler challenge, but yeah, just the best I can tell you is to not stop for love nor money, because you can be slowed down quite a lot, especially if you don't know the gliding and grapple mechanics. But with that done, Jack Ryder is saved, and Deadshot is incredibly unstable, and now we need to take care of him. It's not that hard, really. All you need to do is stay out of his line of sight, which is indicated by the laser. Just stay out of it, get close, and attack him from below. That's all you gotta do. But anyway, I think I'll talk more about my 500 subscriber special in the next video, or maybe like actually start on Doom. But anyway, since we're coming up on time here, if you did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. The next milestone we will be celebrating is 500 subscribers, and we are pretty damn close to it, if I do say so myself. So, until next time, Celestial Goons, remember, reach for the stars.
He's not a problem anymore. I'll let Gordon know where he is and come back for him later.